everybody, welcome back to World History class with Mr. Finn. Today we're going to be doing some notes that you're going to be turning in. I'm going to put some definitions in red. These are going to be things that you might see on one of the quizzes. But first we will continue with our around the world view of history. We are here right now in the United States. We are going all the way back over to ancient Greece. So, ancient Greece, you guys have looked at the battle of the 300 Spartans, they are Greeks, fighting the Persians. So if you remember, we had Xerxes. Xerxes was going to get the Greeks. He was upset that his father had never been able to conquer them, and he was going to do it. So as far as our first definition, we'll do this one to the side here. This one, Xerxes, is a Persian king, which you have on your notes already, but he will be someone that we'll see. So Xerxes, this Persian king, is going to defeat the Greeks. He is, never going to stop. And as he is entering into the mainland of Greece, he runs into a problem. That problem is these Spartans have formed a wall. There's only one way to get through, and it's through this narrow little pass is what it's called. So it's a little area that this huge Persian army has to try and, get through. And the big numbers are great for the Persians. However, in this case, those big numbers are kind of like, it doesn't even matter because it gets narrow, and then it's just the 300 Spartans fighting as many Persians as can fit in there. Which means that the Spartans have actually made the Persians' huge army not very, strong. At this point, it's just, they can't overwhelm them with numbers. They got to fight in this small area. And the Spartans fight off this huge Persian army for 3 days until eventually the numbers get run down. There was a traitor on the Greek side who told the Persians about another way. And the Persians sent some people around this other way, and all of a sudden, the Spartans were now fighting two sides of this Persian army, and they are going to end up losing. Meaning, unfortunately for our Greeks, the Persians and Xerxes are going to march down into the mainland of Greece. The Athenians and Athens end up abandoning their city. Xerxes burns it to the ground. He has conquered the Greeks, and it's all over. However, the Greeks are going to regroup, and they're actually going to defeat Xerxes and the Persian army about a year later, and then the Greeks are all good. The Persians have been defeated. They're off to the east. There's no one left but the Greeks. The Greeks are like, hey, we're good. We have defeated Persians. Now what's going to happen? Well, we're going to see a couple things. The first one is the Delian League. This is going to be run by Athens. It is going to be run by Athens, and let me explain what this is. The Delian League is going to be, and I'm going to put this on here too, it's for protection. All right, so it's for protection. This is what I want to tell you about the Delian League, and that's what you should have written down. So the Delian League is when the Athenians have defeated the Persians and the Spartans have, and they're all still there. The Delian League is going to be run by Athens, and basically what they say is this: listen, guys, the Persians are still out there, so why don't you pay us some money every year? You pay us a certain amount of money for protection. And we'll build a huge fleet and a navy and ships, and we'll have everything set up so we can protect you. Even though the Persians technically weren't coming back, the Athens is going to use that fear to create this league and get a lot of money. If all of the Greek polis out there are paying just Athens for protection, Athens is going to build up a huge navy. They're going to have a lot of money. They're going to be very powerful. And that's what ends up happening after the Persians are defeated. Athens becomes the strongest Greek city-state. They basically control everything. The only other city-state who is even close is Sparta, who they do not get along with, and we'll see something coming up with that as well. During this time, we see this person. Pericles is how you say it. Pericles is going to be the leader in Athens. So, he is going to be the leader. He's the most powerful person in Athens. Athens is next one, direct democracy. A direct democracy means, I'll just say each person takes part. That is a direct democracy. It means that each male citizen would directly have a voting right. In America today, we have a democracy. However, we vote for representatives who go and talk for us, basically. In Athens, you're going to have each person voting for laws and everything else. So, during this time period, Pericles is leading the way. This is called the Age of Pericles. It's the golden era of Athens in ancient Greece. They have a direct democracy, so everyone takes part. Everyone seems to be equal in this. The one other notes for today is the term ostracism. Ostracism means that people could, do our notes, people could get, let's just use this term because you get it, kicked out. That's what ostracism means. You are ostracized. So if one person started to get too powerful and they got, a little overzealous, as we say, the rest of the people in Athens could tell them, hey, you're out. You are banned from Athens. You're gone. You can no longer be here. And you have to serve a period of 10 years away from here because you're a dangerous person to our democracy. So as long as people like Pericles, who are in power, are, cool, and they're nice, and they treat everyone equally, and they don't try to get too powerful, they're good. But if one person tries to become king or do something that's not in the way of democracy, they would be ostracized. So, after the Persians are defeated, we are seeing Athens creating all of this stuff. Let me get out of the way so you can pause this also, because this is what I want you to turn in today. Athens is creating our idea of what classical Greece is. They're the most powerful polis. They are unchallenged by no one at this point. But, as I said, when we get to next class, we're going to see Sparta not like what they're seeing out of Athens. Why is Athens going to be the most powerful? Why are they the one in control? Why does everyone pay Athens? We're the soldiers. So Sparta is out there waiting, and we're going to see what happens. But after the Persians are defeated, we have Athens running the show in ancient Greece. So I want these notes turned in today. Get them to me for participation and attendance. You guys are doing a great job, and I'll see you next class.